So what would you say to the people who say, I've ran into, I'm keep giving, examples of other faith groups that I've talked to, just because I just heard a lot of questions and a lot of pushback or whatever, that, what Charles Taze Russell taught in the 1800s, he was just a man, right? What Joseph Smith taught in the 1800s, he was just a man. What Ellen G, like, for the people who don't believe that Ellen G. White's writing or whatever is authoritative, and they don't necessarily believe in the things that you're talking about right now, how is still being a part of the SDA church problematic and dangerous?
That's a good question.
To Christians who feel like they hold to the true foundational beliefs of the Orthodox Christian faith.
That's a very good question. Some of them, especially those who are liberal SDAs and those who are evangelical leaning SDAs, try to do that, but it is still problematic, because even though they may claim they don't believe in Ellen White, they don't read her writings, they don't care about what she has to say, but at the same time, the very foundation on which they stand is Ellen White, whether it's directly or indirectly. Mm-hmm. You cannot escape Ellen White in Adventist theology, worldview, denomination, and lifestyle.
Yeah.
So even though they may claim to reject her and don't pay any attention to her, what they are embracing about the Sabbath is Ellen White. Their view of Christ, of the Trinity, is Ellen White. Their view of dietary matters is Ellen White. Their view of Christian churches that worship on Sunday are doing something wrong and are sinful and are in line for the mark of the beast is Ellen White.
Yeah, what's crazy is
Ellen White.
Yeah, what's crazy is I see like an ongoing theme, especially, quote unquote prophets who raised up in the 1800s, like Joseph Smith of the LDS and, Charles Taze Russell of the Jehovah's Witnesses, and even William Conley of Hebrew Israelism. When you research these leaders, because they were these faith leaders, religious leaders, back then it seemed as if people held to their writings and their prophecies a little more than their followers do today, or the followers of these religions today. But it seems as if time went on, you talk to Jehovah's Witnesses, they would say, man, Charles Taze Russell isn't our leader. He's just a man that God used to actually start the Watchtower and Tract Society organization, which later on became the Jehovah's Witnesses after he died. Same thing with the LDS, yada, yada, yada. And it seems as if, my LDS friends kind of do the same thing with Ellen G. White, that in a lot of ways they kind of SDA. That's what I meant to say.